Hey guys, my name is Matimo, and today I have another episode of the Sunday Mailbox for you guys. This is a series I do on my channel where you submit me gaming-related questions or Battlefield-related questions, and then I do my best to kind of give my opinion on them. So if you would like to submit your own question, you can do so by sending me a YouTube message with the title line Q&A, and it could potentially be featured in an upcoming episode. So the first question is, do you think DICE should add on an out-of-bounds area for the defenders in Rush once a base has been lost? Players are able to linger in team spawns, shoot players in the back, and in some cases steal vehicles. This is not what DICE intended and creates an imbalance. I believe that the out-of-bounds area should be added a minute or so after a base has been lost to prevent this from happening. So, to be honest, I absolutely disagree with your idea. I really just think that if you are on the offensive team, you need to do your job and to clear out everyone that could be lingering. It is a valid tactic to try to stay in the enemy spawn as long as you can and try to bleed their tickets as much as possible. I mean, they have no reason not to be there. Like, their job is to kill you and to stop you from pushing forward. And one of the ways to do that is to just flat out kill you as many times as they possibly can. And being able to linger in the backfield is just one of those tactics. I mean, if you are on the offensive team, you take an MCOM station, it is your job to go around and make sure that there isn't enemies lingering around to kill you and your allies. It's just part of the way that Rush has been working. It's always been like this. I mean, in Bad Company 2, that's exactly how it worked. I remember in Bad Company 2, I would do this all the time. You would wait for a couple enemies to push forward and then rush out behind them and take them all out. You usually don't last very long because the enemy gets smart and tries to find you and kill you, but that's exactly what they should have been doing to begin with. They should have cleared the area and then pushed forward. It's just a valid tactic. But with regards to stealing enemy vehicles, I also think that's kind of on you and it's fair game. You really need to do your best to make sure that your tanks and your vehicles are not being stolen, and you guys are doing everything you can to get inside of them as fast as possible and use them to your advantage. If you allow an enemy to get into one of them and, run off with it, I mean, that's kind of your fault. There are some instances where the defending team is able to jump into your tank like right after the MCOM station is taken. I think that is a problem that DICE needs to address, and they should just increase the timer on when that first spawn of the tanks happens right after you take the MCOM station. I just think that's something that needs to be worked out from DICE. So on those maps, yeah, I do think that's a problem. But for the most part, if they are able to get into the backfield and steal a tank, I think they have every right to do that. At least that's just my opinion. So the next question is, I was thinking it would be cool to have a bright smoke grenade for marking where to airstrike or attack a point on the map. My squad and I were having trouble calling out spots for the attack helicopter to fire at, and I would think a bright pink, blue, green smoke would be an awesome and helpful idea. So I completely agree. There already is a system right now where if you are the squad leader, you can command other teams or other squads to attack a certain point. But there really is no way for you to communicate where exactly there might be enemies coming from, if they're on like the hill, or if you want, like you said, if you want airstrikes to come down here and to attack this certain position because you know there's going to be a lot of enemies there, there's really no way for you to do that. So having some sort of grenade system or a smoke system with bright colors, like you said, I think would be a really cool idea. It would add a nice dynamic to the game. I can see where this could run into problems where people are just throwing smoke grenades all over the place and it could become a mess. But if you only give them maybe to the squad leaders and no one else is able to use them, maybe it could be a helpful way at coordinating with your team. I know people are still upset that there really is no commander mode in Battlefield 3, so that it's just hard to communicate and coordinate other squads on the battlefield. And while I don't think this would be a fix to that, I think it could help. Like you said, in some situations where you do want an attack helicopter or you want airstrikes to focus their attention on a point or on a certain location so that you and your team can push forward, take out the enemies, and then hopefully get that objective that you are getting to. I like the idea, and it would be cool to see if DICE would actually consider this. The final question is, do you think there should be servers for low-ranked players and servers for higher-ranked players? For example, people over rank 45 would be in separate servers to give low-ranked players a chance to level up, get attachments, and unlocks for their weapons. So I really don't think that DICE could do this themselves because I don't think that they host their own servers, but players such as myself could buy a server if I wanted to and then do exactly what you were talking about. I could make it so that anyone who is rank 45 or above gets instant banned. I'm sure I could do that. Or, I would just have admins do that themselves, and everyone else is able to enjoy the game and to learn the system and learn the weapons. So you can definitely find servers out there. I just don't think that DICE could do this themselves. But, like I said, if you are one of those players that is having a difficult time leveling up, you are frustrated that there is just all of these rank 100s in your matches, I feel your pain. I understand. I have friends that are having the same problems that you are. So what we try to do is we try to find servers that cater to newer players, and they do their best to make sure that players that don't have a huge KD are joining or something along those lines. So my main advice to you would be to try to find these servers. They are out there. It could be a little hard to find them, but they are out there. You have to trust me. And once you do find them, favorite them, and then play on them as often as you can. You'll actually probably make some friends while doing it. I've done it. And you'll kind of build a small community with those servers. It's pretty cool what a server can do and how it can bring a bunch of people together that'll enjoy playing Battlefield 3. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I would appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more videos. If you would like to submit your own question that could potentially be featured in an upcoming episode, you can do so by sending me a YouTube message with the title line Q&A. But yeah, guys, until next time, have a good one and take it easy.